Friends, in the last part of the video, I have discussed that after the service of detention order on the detainee, he has option to represent against the detention order and also to file writ of habeas corpus before High Court or Supreme Court under Article 226 and Article 32 of Constitution of India respectively. The detention itself is an act which directly infringes the fundamental right of the detainee. It is the deprivation of the liberty of an individual. It is asserted to prevent possible misconduct in future, though the prognosis of the conduct is based on the past records of that individual. The detention order is based on the subjective satisfaction of the detaining authority, which is not justiciable. The detaining authority is not directly responsible or accountable to the legislature or to the people. So it is very much necessary to safeguard the right of the detainee against whom the detention order is passed. The framer of the Constitution of India have kept this in mind and have given right to the detainee to represent against the detention order under Article 22 in bracket 5 of the Constitution of India. Before that, in the Act itself, the legislature have given certain statutory safeguard in detention matter. The first is that the detainee has to be served with the ground of detention ordinarily within 5 days of the detention, and in exceptional circumstances for the reason given in writing within 15 days of the detention. Then the detainee can represent, as discussed earlier under Article 22(5), to the detaining authority, to the government, whether it is state or center, and third is that an advisory board has to be constituted after the person is detained. Reference to the advisory board has to be done by the government passing the detention order whether it is state or central, within 5 weeks of the detention of the advisory board constituted and to whom the matter is referred will hear the detainee and submit its representation. After hearing the detainee and scrutinizing the representation of the detainee, if the advisory board conclude that there is no sufficient cause to continue with the detention, it would advise to the state government within 11 weeks of the detention, and the government, whether state or center, has to act on that and release the detainee from detention. It is also obligatory on the part of the government concerned to issue an order if advisory board is of opinion that there are sufficient cause to detain the person, mentioning therein the maximum period of detention, and then state government or the central government to whom the representation has been addressed by the detainee has to consider it independently without being influenced by the opinion of the advisory board and can revoke the detention order on its own consideration. The representation which has been sent to state government or central government has to be considered within a reasonable time. If there is undue delay, unexplained delay in considering the representation by the Indian authority or by the state government, then the continued detention of the person is vitiated, and the court has taken serious view on this matter and would request the detention order of the person on this very ground. Detention itself means that a person is deprived of its liberty, liberty of freedom, which is not good for a healthy democracy. The preventive detention is a precautionary measure to prevent the detainee from indulging in judicial activities, and it is not punitive in nature. So, if a detention order is passed, it should not smack of that the preventive detention is punitive in nature. For detention to be preventive in nature, there are remedies available to the person in court. Whereas in preventive detention, this facility is not available to the retinue. Now, what is the object of preventive detention? It is security of state, maintenance of public order, and supply of essential services to the community. That means Article 22 must be construed on its plain language consistently with the basic requirement of preventing antisocial subversive element from imperiling the security of state or the maintenance of public order or of essential supplies and services therein. Individual liberty is cherished right and is most valuable fundamental right guaranteed by the Constitution of India. Our Constitution gives utmost importance to life and personal liberty of an individual since we believe personal liberty is the paramount essential of human dignity and human happiness. The Constitution framework therefore envisages protection of personal liberty as essential and makes it circumstances under which it can be deprived. As stated earlier, the detainee has right to move the High Court and the Supreme Court by of habeas corpus petition challenging the detention order on various grounds which are already pointed out earlier. So the detainee has right to represent before state government, central government, advisory board, and also has right to challenge the detention order before High Court and Supreme Court, as the case may be, by filing writ petition of habeas corpus. In the next video, I will discuss the various aspects of representation which are to be taken into account while filing representation against detention order. Wait for that video. It is a very, very crucial aspect of the law which ought to be known to the common public, as the detention order is passed by executive authorities and the remedy lies with the concerned government or with High Court or Supreme Court. Before parting, it is again requested to please subscribe to my channel, share it as much as possible, as that would give me motivation to bring more such videos. Thank you and good night.